Clamps off, and that stayed a lot flatter than I thought it would. But even at that, look at that. I didn't push it right down. This is broke up bad enough here and rusted out, and I probably didn't need to clamp it at all. Just shut the door harder, it might have gone all right. But now we can check and make sure it fits. About ready to put the door on. I just tacked it in a couple of places, one here and one here, where I think that's going to be all right. The rest of this I'm still going to have to hammer down some. One tack there, but now we're going to put the door on and see how that works. Okay, we got the door put on. Of course, the crank's still hooked up to it, so it's not adjusted right, but it went on pretty good. Wasn't too hard to close and latch. I got 3/4 or thereabouts hanging out underneath it. So, about like what we expected. So, once we get this all welded in and adjust the door, I think we got something we can work with. Okay, we got the top of this all welded on. Doesn't look too bad. And thinking 8 or 10 coats of paint, and you'll never know we did that. But right now we're doing the back side, and all I did was tacked it about every 2 or 3 inches for this back plate. But there's some brackets under here. I doubt if there's enough light to show it, but you can see where that C-clamp is. That bracket on there. Those are made to hold a set of factory steps on here, and they're quite heavy. So I'm clamping those down really good and welding them in solid. There's 5 of them. 2 under the back door and 3 under the front door. So thinking that ought to hold it on there. So we'll finish tacking it up and maybe throw a coat of paint on it. Can't put the doors on yet. When I pop these pins out, about half of these bushings broke or fell out, so I'm gonna have to get a bushing kit and probably a new pin. A little bit of straightening out here for the open holder. So got a ways to go, but this part here for this side is just about done. We got her all done to this point. We're about ready to paint it. We cleaned this off with wire wheel on the grinder, got most of the rust off, and then washed it with this stuff that I found in the back of the garage in a box, and it says I paid $4.51 for it. I think I bought that in 1974. And then after I cleaned up, it says, do not touch to rubber or plastic. So I may end up eating this away, I don't know. Anyway, we're going to put a coat of paint on it, and no, I'm not going to prime it. Sorry guys. Put a coat of paint on it, and I guess it looked pretty dang good for what I've done here. Actually, this is the second coat. So, and of course I'm using the best money can buy. Well, the best a little bit of money can buy. Got those for like $4 a piece down to Lowe's, and I think this will be the color that the whole thing turns out to be. Tried to match this up. Of course, that's factory color, and unless I buy it and then put it in the spray.